So the topic today is social mobility. Yesterday we spoke about social stratification, and today we are talking about social mobility. When we spoke about stratification, we understood that society is in layers. So if the society is stratified, there must be someone who is at the top, okay, and there must be someone who is at the bottom of the pyramid, okay. Definitely the structure will be always pyramidal, because people at the top will be always lesser in number and people at the base will be always larger in number, okay. ठीक है, तो this shape is always pyramidal, okay. So as we know, the society is structured, it is in form of pyramidal structure. It has been divided into numerous parts. In India, we can associate, or we can just try to draw a parallel between the social class with that of the Varna system in India to certain extent, not always, okay. We will speak about it. Why not always? Because M.N. Srinivas has given the concept of dominant caste and upward mobility, okay. So later on we will talk about it. Second, when we see Western society, okay, Western society, we can just follow Weber's model. Weber is a thinker, okay, who has given his own perspective, and he is anti-positivist. Anti-positivist, one who says that sociology can't be a natural science, as it can't be treated as a natural science. In natural science, laws are fixed, okay, and outcome is fixed as per those laws. But in society, human being, what goes inside a human brain or consciousness, that can't be categorized within the closed section of some laws, okay. So how a person react, that is quite subjective. That's the reason sociology as a subject can't be 100% natural science. Yes, we can bring scientific temperament or temper in this subject, in understanding social issues, okay. So as per Weber, society can again be divided into four classes, that is the capitalist class, those who owns factors of production, the white collared people, okay, white collared people, those who don't own the properties, but they are having skills which are enough to provide them position of status and good amount of income, for example doctors, engineers, lawyers, journalists, okay. Second, we can have petty, we can again have people, those who don't belong to the topmost class, but they are somewhat skilled, semi-skilled, okay. And the last one is someone who has got nothing but their manual laborer or physical activity to bring bread to their mouth, okay. Similar fashion in India, we can also have Varna system, which matches to certain extent to the classes in India, okay, because the majority of wealth are concentrated in the first three caste or Varnas of India, such as Brahmin, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, and the lower Sudras and Ati Sudras, they have relatively less access to properties, though things have changed, okay, a lot in last 100-200 years post British, and prior to that also there are incidences where people belonging to these stratum are the ruling class also at certain geographical location of India. For example, Dwarkanath Tagore talk about that Murshidabad royal family belongs to the fisherman community, okay. Similarly, if you go and see in eastern Uttar Pradesh, they are again royalty which belongs to this section of the society, okay, Shudras, and they have elevated themselves, and over a period they have been ruling for a larger period of time over there, maybe for more than 1000-2000 years, okay, yet they are not been considered this, okay. Again, they are Khetoris of Jharkhand, Khetoris of Jharkhand, okay, who were the rulers of Munger Raj or Raj Kharagpur, and today they were displaced in 14th or 16th centuries by the Rajputs. Later on, those Rajputs in 17th century got converted into accepted Islam, and these Khitauris were pushed to the boundaries, to the interiors of the jungles of Jharkhand, and still they were rurals over there in Godda area, Godda district of Jharkhand, and today they are fighting for ST status. Okay, so I'm just giving you some example where you can understand that whatever this caste system is, it is not 100% showing the class system in India, but to certain extent it is, okay, as per sociologist. So in classical sociology, ठीक है ना, क्या चेंज करें? ब्लैक. हिल ना, ठीक है, पानी दे देना भाई. I want to keep this class very interactive. So if there is anyone having any doubt, kindly come up and speak over here. Okay. So it can't be, it won't get into a monologue, and subsequently we can, just a moment, let me type this. Okay, so in classical sociology, Sorokin has said, Sorokin has given the theory of, has given the definition for social mobility. So what do we mean by social mobility? By social mobility, it is meant any transition from one class to another. Okay, one social position to another is social mobility. So when I say one position to another, when I say social mobility is nothing but movement, social mobility is nothing but movement from one social position to another. Okay, and this definition has been given by Pitirim Sorokin. Okay, you have to keep this, you have, whenever you are going to give the definition of social mobility, and you are defining it as nothing but movement from one social position to another, you have to give you have to write who gave this definition. So the person is Pitirim Sorokin, and he has done extensive work in social mobility. Okay, he is also one of the famous sociologists. So, and we will also study about Anthony Giddens. Anthony Giddens keeps on giving idea about, he has spoken a lot about social mobility, social change, stratification. So we will also quote him. Okay, whatever I am saying, that is sufficient to clear this examination. You should write them all. Whatever I am saying, take it as a running notes, and that is more than sufficient. I will also discuss, I will also say that books which you have to refer is that 11 and 12 NCERT completely. You should be thorough it. You should be thoroughly reading it. Okay. Second, I will say that there is a book available in the market. It is Harlambos. Okay. And Harlambos yellow, the orange one is no more it is no more being published. So you will get the Xerox of it. So it is in a very complex manner it has been given over there, but they have explained the concept in a very lucid and general manner. But the problem is the content is not given in a sequence. Okay, so I will tell you how to read it. Okay, or whatever, I will be quoting them. If required, I will be also dictating certain portions of it. Okay, so now I will also change in social position. What does change in social position involves? It involves life chances and lifestyle. When I say life chances, so health, fitness, height, okay, life expectancy, okay, the ability to recover quickly from illness, recovery from illness. So these are life chances in terms of health, plus the choices in their life. If someone is born in a someone has been born in a high upper middle class family, they will be given proper education. Education gives you skills, and skill defines your market position in the economy. Okay, as per Weber, skill is something which determines your market position. Okay, so when you are provided better skills, such as you become an engineer or a doctor or a lawyer or an chartered accountant, there is high chances that your employability will be more. Once your employability will be more, there will be high chances that the income what you will receive will be very high. Lifestyle is again housing, posh area, that is neighborhood, type of leisure such as holiday, entertainment, movies, what kind of things you will be looking forward in your life in order to ease yourself. You might be going with a family holiday to a destination. Second, celebration, festival, these are also a part of your lifestyle. Clothing, ideally people believe that clothes should be simple, but in a society like ours, which is highly superficial, when we speak of something, let's accept it, we also tend to judge public. Majority of us, most of the time, tend to judge public by the quality of clothes they wear. Okay, so fooding habits, these are lifestyle and life chances. So if someone is again I am telling you, so just a moment, if there is someone online, yeah, again, when we are saying that there is a movement from one social position to other social position, so it can, what we think, social mobility is always vertical. Either a person moves from lower strata of the society to the upper strata, or from upper strata to the lower strata. Okay, Giddens talks about range of mobility. Range of mobility मतलब आप कितना ऊपर जा सकते हैं. अगर ऊपर गए तो ठीक है, आपके चांसेस कितने हैं ऊपर जाने के, ठीक है. और जो मोबिलिटी, अपवर्ड मोबिलिटी एक होता है, डाउनवर्ड मोबिलिटी, ठीक है. अपर स्टार्टम से लोग कितना नीचे आ सकते हैं. तो रिलेटिवली व्हेन एंथनी गिडन सेज दैट, ही सेज दैट the chances of people sliding from upper to lower, the range is very less, ठीक है. And it may be attributed to different things. Okay, but this mobility, the range is relatively more, okay, than this. Plus This range of upward mobility also depends upon the type of society. Types of society. See, in a society like ours, certain things are ascribed by birth. Okay, we don't have a choice when we are born to be born in which varna or which caste or to which subcaste. Okay, so that is by birth. You can't change your caste in your lifetime. It has been possibly done by an individual or group of individual in historical past. Okay, and yes, people have changed their varna. Okay, and there has been example, and this change of varna, this vertical movement is not always it is not always possible for every caste. Okay, they might change their status on a local level, but on a global level, when I am talking about global level, I am saying varna. Okay, varna is something global in India. कास्ट इज समथिंग विच इज क्वाइट लोकल. जाति जो है वो काफी लोकल है, ये मैंने कल भी समझाया था. और वर्ण जो होता है वो पूरा ग्लोबल है. वर्ण तो आपके पास 4 ही हैं और 5वां होता है अतिशूद्र. ठीक है, पर जातियां कई हैं हर वर्ण में. ठीक है, दे आर डिफरेंट कास्ट अमंग द ब्राह्मण्स ऑल्सो. दोज हु आर क्लेमिंग दैट दे आर ब्राह्मण्स सच एज त्यागी ऑफ यूपी आर ऑल्सो क्लेमिंग टू बी त्यागी ब्राह्मण्स. Okay, and then there are other groups such as Brahmins. Secondly, there in Maharashtra you will find a group known as CKP, Chandrasena Kayasth Prabhu. Okay, historically this caste itself has the word Kayasth in it, Chandrasena Kayasth Prabhu. And Kayasth, though are not able to be perfectly traced within the Chaturvarna system, since the mythological story is that they come from the womb of one of the wives of Sahasrabahu, who was a Kshatriya, and he was killed by Parshuram. So they must trace themselves to the Kshatriya status. But today in Maharashtra, they have attained the position of Brahmins, and intermarriages are going on. So खाना तो अब हर कोई हर किसी के साथ खाता है. That very sense of untouchability or purity of pollution has changed, but getting married is still considered to be a taboo. Okay, intercaste marriage, until unless it's a preferential or a love marriage, society does not have a general acceptance towards it. So when you see in case of Chandrasena Kayasth Prabhu, the marriages with the Brahmins are easily possible over there in Maharashtra. So they have moved from Kshatriya status to the Brahmin status over there. Okay, so this is an example which I am telling you. But as per Yogendra Singh, it is Yogendra Singh, not Yogendra Yadav. Okay, he was pioneer of formation of sociology department in JNU. So as per him, he says that upward mobility is possible, but it is within the varna. See, ठीक है. Among the Shudras there are many castes. Okay, Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya. Among the Shudras there are many castes. Okay, okay, these are the Vokaligas. Okay, Lingayats are also OBC, though they trace themselves to the more of a Brahminical kind. Okay, so for example, you see that they have, in fact, Reddy as well. Okay, they may trace themselves to the Rashtrakutas. They have shown upward mobility, but they are within this. Okay, they have not been able to breach this as per Yogendra Singh. But I gave you an example of CKP which breached from here to here. Okay, in fact they were not able to trace themselves within the Chaturvarna system. Second, there is a caste in Bihar which I am telling you is Brahmin but has got EBC status. Okay, and this caste is Goswami caste, Goswami Brahmins. Okay, and they have got the status of EBC in Bihar. Okay, so now you can understand that mobility is possible within this as well. Okay, though Yogendra Singh says that it is not possible that the caste will breach this Varna, as they have said that this Sudras are made up of numerous castes. So whatever caste got empowered or followed Sanskritization, that is, they started following the practices which were followed by the Brahmins. Okay, and they started getting the knowledge of Shastras. Okay, and they started wearing sacred thread, or they started following the traditions of the upper caste near around them. They elevated themselves to position of significance. Okay, and hence they, in fact, Jats as well. Okay, Jats today can be traced to Kshatriyas. Okay, and they elevated themselves within this, and they moved upward within this frame. Okay, but this is what Yogendra Singh says, but they can't breach it. But I have told you example of Jats. I have given you examples of CKP, Chandrasena caste, Prabhu caste in Maharashtra. Okay, plus there is one more caste in Bihar which calls themselves as Brahmin. But prior to 1911 census, they were not called Brahmins. Okay, so I am just giving you an understanding that how it is possible that one can also breach this. Plus, this mobility, as per Sorokin, now we are talking about the classical theory of social mobility. He says that it can be either done by an individual or by group. So in India, a group getting promoted, the high chance is it will not happen. The reason being, Indian society is to a certain extent closed society. Okay, the reason being that the Varnas or Jatis are, the moment you are born, it is by birth. Okay. Second, individual, it's possible. There are few people, those who have moved out from the rural terrain prior to industrial revolution. Okay, and they have gone to the urban areas where they achieved good amount of success in business enterprises or some other activity, and they have attained higher status. Okay, there are certain caste within the Vaishyas. Though they are the subcaste of Banyas, today they don't identify themselves as a Banya, rather they identify themselves as their subcaste, as a distinct Jati. For example, Maheshwari of Rajasthan, they have attained so much of wealth, prosperity and status that today they don't call them Banya as directly, rather they choose to call themselves as Maheshwari. Okay. So now Sorokin says it can either be done by an individual or by group. Okay, so Sorokin, when talks about this, he is definitely talking about the Western society. See, here I will give you reference of World Economic Forum. I will share this document as well. World Economic Forum near about in 2020. Okay, for the first time came up with the concept of, came up with the report of global social mobility report. Okay, so